Hey everyone, how you doing? My name is Echo, and I hope you're having a great day. Today's Minecraft video, we're back on Minecraft Java Edition for the latest 1.16 Nether update snapshot. This is the Minecraft version 20W10A. Now everything you see in today's video is subject to change, tweak, or even removal. We've got some interesting things to go through in today's video, including some new blocks, but also changes to the hoe tool. They've just become even better. Now, in case you guys don't know what the snapshots mean, the 20 stands for 2020, the W stands for week, and the 10 stands for what week we're in. So it's currently week 10 of 2020, yes, and it's the first snapshot of this build. So let's go through all the changes. If you want the official changelog, it is down below in the description. So I would like to say that we've had no introduction of functionality for crying obsidian. However, this block actually does let off a little bit of light. Now, in case you guys don't know, crying obsidian is a very old feature that Jeb tested on how to basically set spawn inside the nether. That is still expected to be how this is going to work, but in this snapshot, it's not currently functional. The next one is the introduction of new types of wood. As you guys know, we have the crimson and the warped. They naturally generate. Now, they've introduced this one, which is crimson hypha and warped hypha. So basically, it's just the infection all the way around, top, bottom, underneath every single side. And this is also to do, I believe, with the stripped version. So we grab ourselves an axe. I think they're all the same, yeah. So these are technically new blocks. A lot of people have been asking for these. They finally have been introduced to the game. In terms of their crafting recipe, exactly the same as your oak ones, your spruce, your jungle, etc. You need 4 of these and 4 of these inside of a crafting table. But I don't have one on me, so I made a simple mistake there. So let's grab ourselves a crafting table. 4 inside of here. The outcome will be the warped hypha. And 4 inside of here is going to be the outcome of Crimson Hypha as well. So if you're interested in those decoration blocks, then they've finally been introduced to the game. Right, let's get into one of the bigger changes for this week's snapshot. And that's to do with the smithering table, whatever you want to call it. This thing is now functional. This has been in the game for quite some time, but never officially served a purpose until today. I kind of like what it does do though. Although the UI does need some form of work, expect this to change before it's officially released. It's very plain and boring. It does need a little bit of work, but this is all to do with combining your ingots on your diamond stuff to then turn it into the netherite stuff. So we'll grab these as a prime example. So your helmet inside of there with one of these, it then transforms and turns it into the netherite helmet. This cannot be done via the crafting table anymore. So in order to obtain your netherite armor, you are now going to have to craft this block. And as you guys can see. So something a lot of players, including myself, were not happy about is that whenever you did have enchanted diamond armor and you turned it into netherite armor, it would take away the enchantment. That is no longer a thing. So if we put my diamond protection 4 inside of here with the ingot, the enchantment carries over. So you don't got to worry about losing your enchantments or having to re-enchant your tools. That is something I really like. So yeah, that's something that has been introduced in this as well. It applies for your diamond pickaxes. Anything diamond related, you can transform and turn it into that. What I have not tried though is /enchant app p. Let's do sharpness and let's do sharpness 5. Do your tools also carry over as well? They do. So if you have yourselves, let's just say a diamond pick, this and this, you can no longer do it inside a crafting table. Previously, it was that inside of there and this inside of here, and then you'd get yourself the netherite stuff. That is no longer possible, which I think is about right. It now serves a purpose of this. The smithering table now has a purpose. It's not done with the crafting. And also, it is not done with anvils. In case you guys thought there'd be a little bit of a quick workaround, it's not possible. It simply has to be done via the introduction of that. But that works for tools, weapons, and even your armor. Now, something else that's also been introduced is new ambient sounds for nether biomes. Now, of course, we do have different biomes. The one we are currently in right now is a warped forest. If you guys want to go and listen to the sounds, you'll more than likely find them on the wiki page. But the sounds are pretty impressive. Something I've been really impressed with so far is the sounds and the changes that they've already done to the nether. Right, let's go back to the overworld because, again, we have a couple more changes I want to go through. I wouldn't necessarily say this is a parity change, but this is something that I think the Bedrock already has and something that was also available on Minecraft Console Edition. Fish now despawn when further than 64 blocks away. So if you travel really far, the fish are going to despawn. From the nearest player, by the way. This kind of sucks, though, because if you have yourself like a fish tank, or if you have yourself like a fishery or like a pond and you have fish in there, are they going to despawn? Not quite sure why that has been introduced, but that is an official change that was left down below. There has been some changes to the textures of netherite. Now, before we go through this, I want to go through the explanation of this because this was explained by Japper, who is the pixel artist at Mojang. Hi, I've changed the netherite armor. It will not have trims, sorry. The reason for this is that I want to keep it one color like the rest of the armors. The uniqueness and the strength of the armor is the fact that it has a texture way different than others' armors. There's a couple of different things he wrote about that, but the textures have officially changed. You'll have to go and check out, again, the wiki for the before and afters. I didn't notice too much of a difference, but I kind of agree with him, keeping the textures all one kind of color rather than having multiple colors. In terms of what has changed, I think it's just like your tools, your armor, and your weapons. This seemed to be a little bit brighter than previously. Maybe that's just me looking into this a little bit more, but they have changed. There has been no change to the ancient debris. Let's get into something that I really do like about in the most recent snapshot. And this is all to do with hoes. So each hoe now has a tier which has different speed at which the hoe mines blocks. So last week we had the introduction of hoes being able to break warp block and nether warp block a lot faster. It was kind of really annoying that that wasn't possible. Well, each one now has its own tier. So, obviously, wood isn't going to break as fast as netherite. I will show you all of the speeds on how they break. So, we go to / game mode survival here. We'll do a little bit of a comparison here. So, we'll do a couple of these. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. As you guys can clearly see, the wooden one isn't that great. We'll go to stone. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's obviously a little bit faster. Same with iron. It's going to get faster. And as you keep going along, things are going to get faster. That's a good question, though. See, I think gold is faster than diamond. But this one's obviously a little bit faster than compared to the iron one. So do a little bit of a comparison here. Yeah, it's definitely faster. We have gold. And last but not least, what I do want to show you here is how fast netherite is. But we can go even faster. And that's something I really like. But this is the netherite one. So they do have a little bit of improvement compared to each one, but it can get better and better and better and better. So let's just put these away. So something else they've now introduced is the ability to enchant your hoes. You are able to enchant these via the enchantment table. Now, you do not have to use the combination of books anymore. So you put this inside of here. We have efficiency and silk touch. You are now able to get efficiency, silk touch, and fortune. Obviously, you can't have fortune and silk touch on the same one, but they now offer the ability to be enchanted, and that was a really good one. Efficiency, silk touch, and breaking. So some pretty good ones there. And the reason why I want to show you these is because I've enchanted both a netherite with efficiency 5 and fortune. So now you have another tool to work towards getting maxed out. / nope, we could probably just do it this way. So this one is diamond. It's basically insta-mining. It's like you're in creative. And this one is netherite. Now, in terms of other mining, I don't think there's any form of difference when it comes to hoeing grass. So we have a wooden one in here. The best comparison would be a netherite and a wooden one. So if we compare these, Yeah, so I don't think they've changed the speed of how fast you can mine blocks. It's just based off, basically, is there anything else you could hoe really fast in Minecraft that's not grass-oriented? I think it's just going to be these. I think that's just going to be it, but I think having a maxed out netherite one is absolutely perfect. So there has been a couple of bug fixes. I recommend checking it out for yourself, but we'll go over it one more time. Obviously, the hoes have now been improved with enchantments. You do not have to use books. The netherite armor now comes with a slightly different texture. I don't think it's a big... The helmet is probably one of them that I noticed a big difference with, personally. Fish, if you travel over 64 blocks, will now despawn. Going back to the overworld. New ambient sounds for each biome, that being Crimson, Warped, and Soul Sand Valley. The smithing table now has a UI, and you combine your diamonds with an ingot inside of here to get netherite. And also the introduction of Crimson Hypher and Warped Hypher. And that's everything that's been introduced in this week's Snapshot. I was hoping to have a little bit of a glimpse of Crying Obsidian, but that was not the case. So have a great day, stay beautiful. Any questions, leave them down below. The official changelog is also down there. And I'll catch you next time. Bye.